Make the most of 2023. Finish off the year strong. Finishing 2023 strong, how I accomplish everything on my vision board. So at the beginning of 2023, I started off my year by setting goals and intentions. I was inspired by the many videos on my feed about leveling up for 2023 or becoming your best self, etc. So in this video, I want to reflect on the year 2023 and tell you exactly how I achieved everything I manifested on my vision board this year. So if you're looking to achieve all of your goals this year and be intentional with yourself, keep watching. So I went into 2022 thinking that it was going to be the same old boring year as the last and thought, what's the point of making resolutions when I never accomplish them? Or you make a resolution and you give up by February. So I went into it with such a negative mindset. I would design a vision board and become hopeful for everything to come, but I would just get overwhelmed by my goals and visions for myself. I felt so pressured to be perfect and hit every single goal of mine that I set that I avoided them at all costs. So a tip I'll give you is to set goals, but don't be too vague or too specific. So make smaller, doable goals that you can accomplish within weeks or months rather than accomplish in years. It's still good to have those huge big goals, but be realistic in your intentions. So often I will set a goal that I hope to achieve in a few years, but midway through the year, when I'm not seeing myself get any closer to that goal, I start to feel discouraged and I give up. So for example, my goal was to hit 10K subscribers on YouTube. So this has always been a goal of mine for years. It's always been on my vision board, but I often find myself beating myself up when my content didn't get as much views as I wanted, or I worked hard making videos and it just wasn't reaching the audience that I wanted it to. So instead of enjoying making content and posting, it became a chore and a job, which I didn't want. I started off this channel as a hobby, as a creative outlet. So because this goal was too far off and there wasn't much I could do to accomplish this goal except posting consistently, which I was already doing. So instead, I decided to make smaller goals. So instead of 10K, I set a goal of hitting 9K. And instead of telling myself I want to hit 9K by the end of the month or by mid-year, I gave myself a longer timeline. I set a goal of hitting 9K subscribers by the end of the year. So a lot can happen in a year. You never know. This was more realistic for me, and when I began looking at things with less strict deadlines, I felt a lot better. Now I'm almost at 9K subscribers and I couldn't be happier. My YouTube family is growing and I love having each and every single one of you here. 2022, I had slipped into a deep, dark depression. I was working in a very toxic job. My bills were piling up. I was in debt. I was struggling to take care of my family. I was living paycheck to paycheck. My health was failing. All these things played a part in each other. So I did not feel fulfilled in my career. I had a degree that wasn't being put to use. I wasn't happy. I decided to change things. So the first thing was changing my mindset. Instead of focusing on how shitty my life was, I decided to focus on what I did have. Even though I was working in a toxic environment, I was grateful to have a job. I was grateful to be able to work, to be able to go to the gym, to be able to get groceries every week. The only person that could help me level up was me. I dedicated time to applying for jobs. I applied for hours and hours, days and days. My goal on my vision board was to get a government job. In Canada, this is one of the highest paying jobs you could get. It's a stable and enviable job. The applications were long and tedious, but I did it. In January of 2023, I did a video on preparing for my first government interview, and I got the job. I'm so glad that I documented that moment in my life because it was very special for me. And looking back on that, I'm so glad I did. And this has helped me achieve my dream career. So I now work for the government full time. I'm working towards getting a position in my field. I have a stable job with insurance and paid vacation. I'm able to take care of my family. I have fun coworkers. I'm more than happy. I worked hard for this and I achieved it. So if you take anything from this video, know that it's all about your daily routine. So I would imagine the woman I wanted to be, and I would think of what her daily life looks like. What were her habits, routines, and goals? I started to show up to those habits and routines. I started building them step by step and day by day. You don't become her like magic. You build her. So start building. So I set out to set the healthy habits that would allow me to become her, become the woman I wanted to be. So I set a goal of meal prepping healthy meals for the week, and I can successfully say that I prepared healthy meals for each and every single week. It has now become a routine of mine. I go grocery shopping once a week and I plan out all my meals and cook everything on Sunday. I now know that taking one day out of the week to prepare all my meals, chop up my produce and fresh fruit, allows me to stay on track and avoid eating junk food. Because I was eating healthier and prepping my food, this allowed me to save money by not eating out as often. This allowed me to stay on track with my diet. It gave me energy and nutrients. I knew exactly what was in my food. I didn't have to guess. My energy levels shot up. I felt better mentally and physically. It helped my overall health. My food and nutrition trickled into my gym and fitness goals. So my goal for 2023 was to get stronger. I started a glute mastery program which focused on glute growth. The glute mastery program had 2 to 3 leg days and 1 to 2 upper body days a week. I saw tremendous progress in my glutes just from shifting the focus of my workouts onto more glute building exercises. I started taking creatine, which has also helped me build muscle and lean out. I had to stay consistent with that. Following a program gave me the stability and consistency that I needed. There was no guessing when I went into the gym. I knew what I had to do and I did it. I pushed myself and hit new PRs this year. I've been the strongest I have ever been. I wanted to grow my glutes. I did that. I wanted to strengthen and define my back. I did that. I wanted to focus on my core. I did that. So going into 2023, I didn't want to spend another year doing the same shit, okay? I had so much anger and resentment pent up in me from being in such toxic spaces that I was constantly anxious and upset. I was angry all the time. I put on my vision board that I wanted to focus on living the soft life, and that meant a life full of ease, peace, and comfort, and intentional happiness. So the soft life does not require struggle. It consists of mutual relationships, clarity, and self-care. So I specifically wanted to focus on taking baths, collecting candles, taking my vitamins, skincare routines, journaling, exercising, saving money, eating healthy, drinking water, developing new skills and knowledge, and more specifically, relaxing. My 2023 was filled with putting myself first, with prioritizing rest, making sure my sleep was good, getting to bed before 8, getting my insomnia under control. I kept telling myself that if I needed to take care of others, I needed to take care of myself first so that I could take care of others. I wanted to bring myself peace and calmness. At least once a week, I prioritized self-care. I set aside a day for my curly hair wash day routine. I set time for a full body shower routine, and I bought things that enhance my self-care routine. So this next one is important, okay? Going into 2023, I surrounded myself with people who are looking to accomplish similar goals. So my friendship circle got smaller, and honestly, I'm happy about that. I'm at the age now where I'm looking for quality and not quantity. My friends that you see me with now are looking to achieve their goals too. They're advancing their career. They're understanding that you need to put yourself first, and they don't make you feel guilty for not going out and choosing to stay in. They prioritize their self-care and their rest. We talk about goal setting and intentions. We're happy for each other when we accomplish something. We're there for each other. I have 10+ year friendships that are healthy and flourishing. But sadly, in 2023, I also made the decision to end friendships, which was hard, but it was the right thing to do. For good things to happen, bad things had to end. So I left my toxic workplace. I left toxic friendships behind. I only brought healthy relationships and friendships into 2023, and the same goes for 2024. So whether you're looking to accomplish your career goals, financial goals, fitness, diet, mindset goals, you can accomplish it. Look at me, I did it. So be intentional with your goals going into 2024. This is your year. Get ready to level up mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and energetically. It's all coming.